Hello everyone, Shinto Bean here, discussing some more Warhammer combat cards, and what we are looking at here is an image released in the latest developer blog post, which details a roadmap for the next few months about new content and new stuff that is going to be released into the game. And I can't remember them ever showing a visual image of what things are on the horizon, so this is really nice to see. I think a lot of players have been sort of clamoring about, what direction is this game going in, and what changes are going to be made. And while they can't go into too many details about a lot of these things, this at least gives you an idea of the timeline that they have and when to expect certain changes to happen. So right now, actually coming out later this week, is a new Warlord for the Necrons, Trazen the Infinite, and I will be doing a video about him when it's released. It's an interesting one because they're actually changing a card that's already in the game, a bodyguard, into a warlord, which has never been done before. So that'll be fun to see. Also coming very soon, towards, I guess, in the spring, is they are closing down the in-game forum for Warhammer combat cards. Up until now, they've had a forum where people can create threads and post and discuss different aspects of the game. It was a really nice place just to discuss the game and bounce ideas back and forth. And it's really nice being a forum because it's organized, into threads. So it's a good way to have a discussion, I think. But it has, I guess, been hard for them to maintain, and it was, I guess, the forum itself was sort of created by a third party, and so the developers have decided to just close it down entirely, and instead just focus on Discord, which is, I think, yeah, from the developer perspective, it's easier for them to be able to, have direct communication with players on Discord. But I can understand how a lot of players are not happy about this because, they don't want to have to use a third-party software just to, talk about the game. And I was like that too, honestly. Like, I did not get Discord for a long time. I didn't understand it. But then once I started using it, I was like, okay, this is actually a pretty good way to communicate. It can be pretty disorganized and kind of hard to find things, or maybe you'll ask a question and it just gets lost in the flow of conversation among all these other people. So I don't know, it does definitely have its flaws, but that is what they're going to be moving toward. Also coming soon is apparently this clan leaderboard, which I know they discussed in another blog post, but I think it is sort of something that I was wanting to see in the game, where they're sort of giving you an incentive to communicate and work with your clan members toward a common goal. And I think that will, initially there won't be any rewards attached to it, but I think later on they are going to give rewards if you're able to, reach those goals with your clan. So it looks interesting. We'll see how it actually pans out once they release it. Let's see, what else? Okay, at the very bottom, I should discuss this because I think this is the most pressing concern that a lot of players have, is the reworked coin economy. Of course, the first change they made to that economy did not go down well with the vast majority of players, and it's still kind of just in bad shape right now. Everyone is short on coins, no one's happy, and they don't really have any more details on what's going to happen, but it does look like it's going to be a long-term process. And I did see that they did mention that they will be adding more ways to get coins. And you can see right there the season battle pass in the center in the green there. That is, I'm assuming, going to be one way to get more coins, where you are able to purchase I'm assuming a monthly battle pass that will give you additional rewards. So hopefully there will be other things also in addition to the battle pass, so for free to play players. But again, it does look like it's going to be just a long-term process, changing the economy of the game. And I don't know if that's if they're gonna change, the amount of it costs to upgrade cards, or do something about how, people who have been playing this game for a long time have tons of excess cards which have virtually no use. So I don't know if they're looking to change any of that, but it'll be interesting to see what happens there in the coming months. In the summer, it does mention a new Tau Warlord and more exploration. I mean, of course, they're the weekly events every week, and it seems like over the past few months they've been doing like an exploration each month, kind of a special event. So I think those will continue, but I guess these are kind of extra special, really big events. And then in the late summer, it looks like there is some sort of new challenge that is going to be released, and they really haven't provided any details. It's too far out, I think, for them to reveal anything about that. But also there's the 3rd anniversary event coming up, so that should also be another big event. And one thing about the events is that sometimes, players wonder if it was play tested at all, because it doesn't really turn out the way I think that the developers were intending. It just, for whatever reason, it just doesn't work out very well. Like the latest PvP event that they had, I think a lot of players were really frustrated with that one. I enjoyed it myself, the PvP aspect, but I think part of the way they did the rewards, the mission rewards in particular, was quite terrible. I mean, just having like these impossible benchmarks, which sort of encouraged players to intentionally lose games, which just made it a much less fun, and that's not the way that the PvP, I think, was meant to be. So yeah, hopefully the future events they will have learned from the mistakes of the previous events and bring something really fun for the 3rd anniversary event, especially. But yeah, this is what the roadmap is looking like for the next little bit. So let me know what you think of this. If there are any aspects of this that you want to discuss, please feel free to talk about it in the comments. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.